Well, a bit of candy floss in the sky. Absolutely fantastic. And today, I'm not alone. Because a chap was turned up called Wilky. And been having a chat with him. And he's fishing to the left of me. I've never fished with him before, and I'm not fishing with him today. He's just turned up. I went over and warned him that I might cast over him. He said it's alright, I'll cast that way. So yeah, I've got a chap fishing next to me, so I'm not on my own. Whereas last video, I was on my own. And we'll talk more about the last video in a bit. But first off, we're not going to cut for the credits. No. We're going to cut for the intro, so I'll see you in a bit. Well, that candy floss cloud is still there, but yeah. So, God damn it! Nearly swore then. Can't swear this early in the video. Yeah, all right. Gonna stretch his line. Water is 4 or 5 meters. Might be able to see that. What I've tried to do is not do loads of chatting before I start fishing, you know. But it is what it is, isn't it? But I've nearly succeeded. But yeah, as soon as that water hits that weed down there, I'll start fishing. I put 2 lugworm on the rigs. The lugworm that I used Thursday when I caught the, you know what I mean. I'll talk about that in a minute. Yeah, I've had 2 now, haven't I? Yep. And we're on for the Grand Slam, so I've only got winter and spring to go, and that's what my achievement is this year. I think I might catch some cod this year. That might have been the only one, but it is what it is, isn't it? I'm quite happy, but I want more. Do want more. But yeah, the water's coming in. I've got 3 rods. I've got me Ziplex TF 50/50 again, because it was a great rod last Thursday, wasn't it? It was the winning rod. Got the Verns Cobra, which is Continental, and I got my sniper rod. So sniper rod's baited up, that'll be first one out. And then we'll get, I've got 20 yellowtails as well. I popped in and got 20 yellowtails. I thought I might as well give it a good go, because the next video after this one, I'll be down in Devon. And yeah, seeing what I can catch down there. Might even catch my first ever bream. Might catch a bullass, you don't know. Got to find some areas where I can fish that I can get access to though. I'm not a total cripple, but I do want to I don't want to fall down some cliff, do I? And at the minute, but I'm not going into that. You know what's the matter with me. But we're fishing here today. Sun's going down. It will get cold. I've put my hoodie on now. Didn't need to, but I've put it on in readiness. And I'm not going to talk much more, but it is what it is. And I'm looking forward to today. When I get them for tomorrow, I'll be cleaning my rods and getting my gear ready for the for my week's holiday. Got the whole week off, and I'm looking forward to it. By the time you watch this video, I'll be back home, because this is video number, I've got one going up Wednesday, so this is video number 5 in the bank, but it won't be number 5 because it'll be number 4, because Wednesday there'll be one going out, and then the next week there'll be one going out, but by then I'll have fished down in Devon. I'm not gonna fish 4 or 5 sessions down in Devon. I'm gonna fish at least twice. If there's a mark that's easy to get to and I can just take one rod and have a little dabble, then I may do that, and there may be a 3rd video. But then we'll be back here on the Holderness coast and on the Lynx coast. So yeah, next video will be totally different, in a total different part of the country that I've only been to once as a school child. So tide has got another couple of meters, 2.5 meters, then I'll be casting out, and hopefully I won't get a bite straight away, because I don't want to walk over that mud. So yeah, we don't want a blank, flounder, dab, whiting or a cod, they're all welcome. Don't really want an eel, but you know, if that's all we catch, then that's all we catch. Will I have another run? Will I catch a cod again? I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of pressure last year when I was catching cod one after another, and I don't know if I want that this year. It was fantastic, don't get me wrong. It become the norm. I thought my fishing skills were really good, but then I got hit this summer with from July, August, September with blank and blanks, one after the trot, one after another on the trot. And yeah, I'll bring you back when I cast out. It'll be a sniper rod, and I'll see you in a bit. Sun is up in the sky. Well, where else would it be? But it's getting ready to set. It's a lovely day, sky is blue. There's an aeroplane flying over there, but it's not a proper aeroplane. It's a remote controlled aeroplane. There it is, up there. I thought it was a drone, but someone's over there with a bloody aeroplane. Right, well, what are we doing? We're now going to cast out because that water's touching. I haven't even set this reel up properly yet. Got 7 ounce weight on this trusty flapper rig, and I'm going to chuck this out straight in front of me for a change, and then I'm going to cast left and then I'm going to cast left and right of this sniper rod. So this ain't going far. That'll do me. Yes, bloody aeroplane up there. Model one, you know. RC or whatever you call the bloody things. I don't know, I'm too old. In my day, it used to have a little petrol engine that used to go chuck loads of fumes out. Can't have that now, can you? Not in this climate crisis of climate boiling. Don't feel like it's boiling, but there you go. Well, there you go, that's the first rod out. Straight out in front of me, about 20 yards. Got a chap fishing to my left, to this left, as I'm looking now, and Wilky's to the right. But I'm going to bait up the Ziplex next and chuck that out. And it's all exciting stuff, isn't it? I mean, I'm on the edge of my pants there, really am. So I'm going to get this baited up. I'll bring you back when I chuck it out. And yeah, look at them chiseled looks. So now, because I've got the sunlight on my face, all cut up, aren't they? Hey, I'll get this baited up and get it chucked out. And yeah, there's no showing how baiting up and tips and tricks and clever editing there. You know, this is fishing, and this is fishing here, and this is me, and this is how I fish. So if you like it, click the old subscribe button. If you don't like hearing me moan, rant and be opinionated, because a lot of people out there don't like opinionated people. Bloody plain. It's all over. Must be a World War II ace. Anyhow, yeah, click the subscribe button. Drop us a comment, give us a thumbs up, and if you don't like it and you've got this far, thank you for the view, because I'll thank you now because you won't get any further. But if you do, click the subscribe button later on in the video. If you watch it and you think I've had enough of that, and you come back to it and think, oh, I'll watch the rest of it, it weren't too bad, or it was terrible, click the subscribe button then. It's all free, and that's it. Let's get these out. Water's coming in, lovely and calm. See you in a bit. There you go. Let's hope we got that. Don't know if I'm going to cast there all the time. Probably end up doing a red thump as the night time comes, because I can't keep walking up and down there because it's too much. But I normally cast on that bank there, but I don't want to go near Wilky and get tangled up. They'll think I'm a right amateur. Yeah, so we've got the zip legs out. I've got the zip legs out. Just for Sally to do. I've got a carbon baiting needle and I really like it, but for some reason there's a lot of restriction pushing the worm up it, so I'm going to get my old stainless steel one out again and use that. Baiting needles, they aren't made like they used to be, are they? But I was quite happy with that carbon one. Perhaps I need to wet it first, but I've got no water yet apart from the water that's in my worms. So yeah, the Sally, I'm just going to lump it out. So I've got one out far, one in short and one in medium. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll get that baited up and I'll show you chucking it out. Look at that for a thumbnail. Get that there, Tom. Look at that. Oh, bollocks. Look at that. Oh, that's a cracker. I reckon that's the thumbnail, unless I catch a big cod. What a beautiful evening. Absolutely cracking. Filmed doing what I was doing. I hope nobody finds any offence in that. But it is what it is. I tried my hardest. Because you know I like to put the fish back. I don't like taking them home. But I'm afraid the cod come home. And I filleted it the next day. I put it in the fridge after gutting it and cleaning it, and then the next day I filleted it, and I had two massive fillets off that. Absolutely massive. Like an extra large cod you'd order in a chip, well, bigger than an extra large cod in a chip shop. And I looked at it and I thought, sod it, I'm going to cut them in half. So I've got 4 fillets. Because I'm getting old and I can't eat as much as I used to eat, and I just want to have a meal and enjoy it, and a bit of pudding, that'd be nice. So yeah, I got 4 fillets out of that. Vac packed it in, well, I didn't vac pack it, I sealed it in the bag of what I do my squid and bait in my vac packer. So it's in the freezer and I should be having a piece of cod soon. Absolutely fantastic. So even though I always love returning my fish, I just couldn't understand why it pegged it, and I'm beginning to think that it's a case of, well, I don't know, I could have reeled it in too fast, I don't know. I certainly didn't keep it out too long. I've seen people keep the fish out a lot longer than that, and I'm cringing watching it, thinking put the bloody thing back. But yeah, it wasn't out for very long. I hooked it in the mouth, literally in its lip. That's why it was a bit hard getting the hook out. But it just didn't want to go back. I mean, what is it with cod? I thought cod were quite robust and it was whiting, but all them whiting went back. So I'm now wishing I'd brought my hand warmer, because I'm just wondering tonight whether it's going to get chilly. But yeah, that's the story of the cod in the last video. Yeah, I'm on it again, ain't I? Norfolk Cod King strikes again. What a load of squid that is, isn't it, eh? But I'm chuffed to bits. I am chuffed to bits. Like I say, it was just that I like to see him go back. So I've got wool hats and I've got my coat and stuff, but I didn't bring my hand warmers. They're in my cupboard. I thought, nah, I won't need them, it ain't going to be cold. But it's going to get down to 5 degrees. Well, 5 degrees is the inside of a fridge, isn't it? So I'm now thinking I should have brought my hand warmers. But it is what it is. If I get cold hands, they're yellow anyhow. If I get cold hands, I get cold hands, isn't I? I think I've got to wash these with Dettol when I get them. And then hopefully that'll take all this iodine off. See you in a bit. I'm going to keep watching these rods, watch them with me, and just carry on watching the video, because you never know. There might be another one coming. But I'm not expecting anything like what we did last year. You know, it is what it is, isn't it? You can only catch what's there. It would be nice, but I don't think I want the pressure. Catch a cod every now and then would be nice. If I catch a cod 5 times on the trot, that would be nice. But the thing about the pressure is, don't let it pressurize you. Don't let it get on top of you. Well, not pressure anyhow. You can let something else get on top of you, but it's a distant memory. Now, I'm not going to let the pressure. If I keep catching them, then that's going to be just brilliant, and you take it for what it is, don't you? So I'll see you in a bit. I'm going to keep watching these, and then my hands are going to get cold. See you later. There you have it. I thought I'd show you it again. It's that bloody nice. Went behind some clouds, but I'm baited up, and I'm now gonna chuck this out. Now, I'm not doing an off the ground cast or anything with this. It's just going to get holed out, and hopefully I don't tangle up bloody Wilky next door. I'm a bit concerned. So if I go slightly right, I'm out of your way, innit?
You're all right, man. Man's sort of leading that way. So
right. I just want to tangle you up, like, because you've got a bigger bicep than me, mate. Ooh, fucking hip.
I've got 7-ounce lead on, so it should hold as well, like.
Yeah, I've got a 7-ounce on there. That'll do me. Got to cover all the distances, haven't you?
Yeah.
So we've got one out short, one out medium, one out a bit further. I wouldn't say it's long, because I'm got flapper rigs on, and you know they don't go far. Not unless you want to give it some. I've got weed on it already. Because if you don't set your drags, you'll lose the rods in the river, wouldn't you, Brett? So you just have to turn the drags on so it just lets a little line out, and then turn it back so there's no line coming out. But if something yanks it, you know that it ain't going to do anything wrong. In a minute I shall go down there and get a bucket of water so I can wash my hands. Sun's gone down, going down, as you can see. Absolutely picturesque, isn't it? And the problem with that is it's a little bit of a nip in the air. Not too much, just a little bit. I can feel it around my neck, so I'm going to put my snood on, because you know what I'm like with my neck. I like my neck to be warm. And yeah, I've cleaned the chimney out as well. I cleaned the chimney out last night at stupid o'clock, just before tea. I managed to get it done, put everything back in the shed and that, and limping around. And then I had my tea. I can't remember what I had for my tea. It weren't pie. It might have been pie, actually. So yeah, pie, veg, and a bit of weed on my line. Pie, veg and potatoes. It was lovely. And I had extra potatoes and extra gravy. I don't know why I'm not losing weight. But yeah, I swept the chimney. So the chimney's all swept. We've only got a little bit of coal, probably about 10 kilo. But when I come back off Ols, I'm going to order some more coal. But you don't get coal now, because you're not allowed it, because the climate boiling. Do you know what I mean? So you have to have these briquettes, which are all right. They're all right. Once they're lit, we get the smaller ones now, and they do light easily, and then they just glow all night, and they half chuck some heat out. And if you stack your fire up with them and you can take the guard away, because they don't spit like coal, so they are better. But it's just something else they've took away from us, and you've got no say in it, have you? And then they'll take my fire away from me, won't they? And then I won't be able to heat my house, because my house was cold just in the morning. I flicked the heating on for half an hour, and it takes a lot to do that. Normally wait till November before the heating flicks on, but the house was cold. To say that last week the house was hot, and then it stayed on for the hour. I didn't leave it for half an hour, so I thought sod it, so I jumped in the shower while the house was warm. But yeah, the fire's done. His wife's got it lit at this moment in time. I've just spoke to her. I did all the kindling, chopped a load of wood. She's going to put some coals in there to keep it lit, and just keep chucking wood on it, because I've got stack loads of wood, which is good. All get burnt. That's even worse for the environment, isn't it? Wood, it's worse than coal. Well, these briquettes anyway. You know, if there's a tree there, it should be left there, shouldn't it? But there's plenty of people cutting down most of the rainforest in the world, isn't there? Do you know what I mean? That's where the problem is, because all that weather just circulates, and that's why the weather's changing, in my opinion. Sorry about that, Brett, but it's my opinion. If you go in the Lake District and you're in the fells, them clouds will hit them fells and then suddenly drop all the water, don't they? It's the same with the rainforest. But if the rainforest isn't there, where's that going, that weather? Well, it don't drop it there, it drops it somewhere else, doesn't it? Anyhow, that's enough of that. I'm fed up with that now. Look at this sun. I keep filming this. It's absolutely picturesque. So I'll watch these rods. We've got 2 flappers on all 3 rods, and that's better. We've got 2 flappers on all 3 rods, and we've got yellowtails on 2, and blow lug on the sniper rod, and a nice whiting or a flounder will go down a tree. We don't want another run of blanks, do we? I'm going to keep watching this, and well, I'll sit down in this box. I'll sit on this box. Look at that. So that cod I caught on Thursday, which was the 12th of October, I will say. I think I'm possibly one of the first people to pull a cod out of this river. Now, it weighed £6 6 ounces, and when I got home I measured it on my longer ruler that Mike gave me, because I've remembered it, and it measured 65 centimetres, just as I measured that day on here with the small one. So I had a cod in summertime this year, 2023, to 59 centimetres, and that weighed 5.5. I think somewhere I said it was 4.5, but it weren't. It was 5.5, and that was to 59 centimetres. The fish on Thursday, the 12th of the 10th, 23. I don't know if I've mentioned that, but I think I'm the first person to catch a cod out of this river, and that was 65 centimetres, £6 6 ounce. I'm chuffed to bits. Absolutely fantastic, and you couldn't wish for any more, could you? I've just come off 9 blanks on the trot, and on Thursday's session, which was session 10, I end up catching 5 white and a flounder and a cod. I ain't even had a codlin yet, so it'd be nice to catch a codlin tonight. But if a cod comes along, I'll take it. I tried my best with the fish to try and revitalise it. I was down there for over 20 minutes. I filmed doing what I was doing. I hope nobody finds any offence in that, but it is what it is. I tried my hardest, because you know I like to put the fish back. I don't like taking them home, but I'm afraid the cod come home, and I filleted it the next day. I put it in the fridge after gutting it and cleaning it, and then the next day I filleted it, and I had 2 massive fillets off that, absolutely massive, like an extra large cod you'd order in a chip, well, bigger than an extra large cod in a chip shop. And I looked at it and I thought, sod it, I'm going to cut them in half. So I've got 4 fillets, because I'm getting old and I can't eat as much as I used to eat, and I just want to have a meal and enjoy it, and a bit of pudding, that'd be nice. So yeah, I got 4 fillets out of that. Vac packed it in, well, I didn't vac pack it, I sealed it in the bag of what I do my squid and bait in my vac packer. So it's in the freezer and I should be having a piece of cod soon. Absolutely fantastic. So even though I always love returning my fish, I just couldn't understand why it pegged it, and I'm beginning to think that it's a case of, well, I don't know, I could have reeled it in too fast, I don't know. I certainly didn't keep it out too long. I've seen people keep the fish out a lot longer than that, and I'm cringing watching it, thinking put the bloody thing back. But yeah, it wasn't out for very long. I hooked it in the mouth, literally in its lip. That's why it was a bit hard getting the hook out. But it just didn't want to go back. I mean, what is it with cod? I thought cod were quite robust and it was whiting, but all them whiting went back. So I'm now wishing I'd brought my hand warmer, because I'm just wondering tonight whether it's going to get chilly. But yeah, that's the story of the cod in the last video. Yeah, I'm on it again, ain't I? Norfolk Cod King strikes again. What a load of squid that is, isn't it, eh? But I'm chuffed to bits. I am chuffed to bits. I'd like to say it was just that I like to see him go back. So I've got wool hats and I've got my coat and stuff, but I didn't bring my hand warmers. They're in my cupboard. I thought, nah, I won't need them, it ain't going to be cold. But it's going to get down to 5 degrees. Well, 5 degrees is the inside of a fridge, isn't it? So I'm now thinking I should have brought my hand warmers. But it is what it is. If I get cold hands, they're yellow anyhow. If I get cold hands, I get cold hands, isn't I? I think I've got to wash these with Dettol when I get them, and then hopefully that'll take all this iodine off. See you in a bit. I'm going to keep watching these rods, watch them with me, and just carry on watching the video, because you never know, there might be another one coming. But I'm not expecting anything like what we did last year. You know, it is what it is, isn't it? You can only catch what's there. It'd be nice, but I don't think I want the pressure. Catch a cod every now and then would be nice. If I catch a cod 5 times on the trot, that would be nice. But the thing about the pressure is, don't let it pressurize you. Don't let it get on top of you. Well, not pressure anyhow. You can let something else get on top of you, but it's a distant memory. Now, I'm not going to let the pressure. If I keep catching them, then that's going to be just brilliant, and you take it for what it is, don't you? So I'll see you in a bit. I'm going to keep watching these, and then my hands are going to get cold. See you later. Right. I've reeled in and not reeled in on camera, but I'll tell you why in a minute. But let's get that shut out again. Well, that was a bit of a balls up, but these things happen. The bloody battery on the camera, is that too bright? No, that's what it is. Yeah, the battery on the camera run out because it's too bloody cold again. Yeah, I didn't video reeling in because I was over talking to Wilky, and said his line had whisked right to the right, which is weird. And this happened Thursday night as well. If you remember, it happened Thursday, where as the tide come in, your weight went to the right, whereas it's meant to go to the left. But it is what it is. You just don't, I don't understand it, and it's doing it again tonight. So yeah, let's put another battery in there in my pocket ready. So when he pulled his line in, he pulled in my weight on my sniper rod. I couldn't work out which one it was, but it was a sniper. It's only 20 yards out to straight, but that's how far it whipped round his line. So put that in there. So obviously I had to sort that out, bring it in, which Wilky helped me do, and I then got it ready and said to you, right, let's cast this out, and the battery ran out on the GoPro, as it does at that vital point. So I'm now charging this up with my power pack, because I might have forgotten my hand warmers, but I didn't forget the power pack this time. Getting down to 5 degrees, so it's probably gonna be, so it's gonna get chilly, isn't it? So anyhow, a good job at pulled that in, because there was no bait on it. So there is bait on it now. I've got lugworm on it again, but I'm picking the worst lugworm, because the better lugworm I'm going to release into the river because they're still alive. So that's what's happened up to now. I've got no fish at all. We are at this moment in time blanking. Wilky's just pulled out a whiting, which was a good size, and he's chucked that back, but there's fish out there. I've just got to hope that they come in front of my swim. So I'm going to watch these rods, get my head torch on, and I'll bring you back when the next thing happens. It's right exciting, isn't it? I mean, anything could happen, couldn't it? Look at that skyline there from the sun. It's set. My Ziplex rod, which is on the left hand side furthest away from us, I casted that out to the right, and the Vercelli I casted to the left. Well, the Vercelli has gone past the Ziplex. Work that one out. I can't. And yeah, see you in a bit. That beautiful sunset. Oh, and over there, it's red as anything, but it's not picking it up on the camera. Look at the rays coming in the sky as well. It's absolutely fantastic. Look at that. That could be another thumbnail, couldn't it? So many thumbnails. People say, yeah, you fish at the River Humber. It's a bit industrial, isn't it? But look at that. You know, you could be somewhere else in the world, couldn't you, and have a view like that? Pay hundreds of pounds for it. I'm just getting cold. See you in a bit. I can't keep shut. I just turned around to then talk to the camera, and I saw that view. What a stunning sight that is. Got my lamp, which I made. Bracket goes in here. Torch sits on top. That's focusable as well, so I can do it into a spotlight, and it's lighting the rods up. That's plenty good enough for me. So I'm going to bring this Vercelli rod in that's just moved, because I'm concerned that they're going to get tangled up, and we do want another tangle. And we've got an hour. Time just go, doesn't it? 18:46. Oh no, hang on, tide. Yeah, got an hour and 10 minutes for high water, but then hopefully the catching season will start, and it'll start getting really, might actually put some fish in. Like I say, Wilky's had a whiting next to me, another diddly squat. So let's get this Vercelli rod in here. See, you start doing winter fishing at night time and stuff, and the amount of lights you got to do and get set up. Most people would have had this reeled in by now, wouldn't they? And let's hope we can get this tangled up. Ah, no! Fucking bollocks. Please don't bring us in, for God's sake. Never had a bloody fishing session like it. Oh, we got a fish. How come I can't bring my van up there? I bet that's Scott. Well, here you go, look. Got ourselves a flounder, so let's get that in the bucket. I ain't got a bloody bucket of a sugar. So, yep, that's the blank dealt with, one flounder. So we'll get that back, that unhooked alright, hooked in the mouth. I need to get some water in the bucket, I forgot that. So I'll get this returned and get some water in the bucket. Well, that's the blank dealt with, so that's good. Seems like a long time since I was blanking, but it's only been 2 sessions, hasn't it? But I'll get this baited up, put lugworm on it again, and we'll get it chucked out and try and keep it away from the other rod. Yeah, see you in a bit. Get some water as well. Look at that. Look at the blues and the greys and... Come on the cod, that's what we say. Come on the cod. Let's catch another one. See you in a bit. Right, well, that's that casted out. Right, so I've got on again. I'm using again the Army Tech Wizard Pro C2, is it? It's terrible, isn't it? I feel bad, but then I can forget people's bloody names. Do you know what I mean? It is what it is when you get old. Wizard C2 Pro Max. I knew there was C2 in it, but I just couldn't work out if there was or not. So yeah, I've got the Wizard C2 Pro Max from Army Tech. This is now the 2nd time I'm using it, and I'm quite happy with it. It's a fantastic head torch for working around your rods and working the beach and going in your tackle box and everything. As you can see here, then you just flick through the light settings to there and you can see that it lights everything up. And then on turbo mode, on 1, 2, turbo mode. But the good thing about it is, the good thing about this light is it's got 114 meters chuck, but that's if you got stuff in front of you. You know, if you go in your garden with this, it just lights the whole garden up. When you're fishing on a beach and there's nothing in front of you and you've got all this wilderness, then what happens is the light just gets lost. So that 114 meters might come down to 50, 60, but it lights up probably 10, 15 meters out there. Fantastic for working around here, and if you're a bass fisherman, it would still probably, they'd say, it's still probably frighten the bass, but it doesn't go out. My Fenix, which I've bought a particular one where you've got an optical lens that you can have it as a floodlight or a zoom and spotlight, and you can choose which one you want but turning the lens. And I got that because I used to like seeing my weight come in on the water and see it on top of the water, because I like to see everything. But this light would be good for if you want to be a little bit more secluded. You could have it on the lowest setting or setting number 2, and it wouldn't even hit the water and you can see plenty to work. So for those that want to be a bit more stealthy and need a head torch, this would be good. At the end of the day, it's a torch that you can put into a headband to make it into a head torch. So it's a best of both. You've seen the review. I still haven't done the review yet, but I am using the head torch. I will be doing the review probably tomorrow night, Tuesday. That'll be a live, but you'd already seen that if I do it. But yeah, head torch for around camp and everything, getting yourself up the cliff or back to the van, absolutely fantastic. It's got a 5,000 milliamp battery in it, and it lasts for ages. I think the lowest setting lasts for months if you was just to leave it on. So it's a good torch. It's good for fishing on the beach. If you want to zoom out over there, then that's not the torch, and that's this torch doesn't claim to do that. It's got 114 meters throw, so if you had some trees about 100 meters away, it would light that tree up. But in the river or at the sea, there's nothing there to light up, so the light just disappears, doesn't it? It still goes out there, but our eyes don't pick it up. So good head torch for stealthiness on the beach, seeing everything you need to see, and perfectly alright. And you'll see me using this while I'm reeling normal rods in, this Army Tech Wizard C2 Pro Max. Remembered it. If you're interested in it, you can go on Army Tech's site. There'll be a link in the description. Tom's going to have to put that in. And if you put in Verns Sea Fishing, there's a 15% discount on the head torch you buy. They've also given me a little fob light that goes on your keys. That'll be in the review, which you would have seen by now because it's going to be tomorrow night. So yeah, good light. I'm quite happy with it. It's not a spotlight, but it don't claim to be a spotlight, so it does exactly what it says on the tin, and it's got loads of functions which I'll go through with on the live that you've already seen. Anyhow, I'm going to carry on fishing because in the time I've been talking to you, I ain't looked at these rod tips, and I've finally got the lines apart from each other. So we're still fishing yellowtails and blow lug, and my fingers are getting cold, and we're still on flappers, and we've got 8 ounce and 6 ounce weights out there. See you in a bit. Right, I've got a knock on this rod, so I'm going to bring it in. I was going to bring my Ziplex in, but this is going. It's banging. It's banging, it's heavy. Well, I can't believe how much of a knock that was. I've caught another flounder, but it gave a good show for itself. I still ain't got my bloody bucket, have I? got to unhook that. I'll bring you back in a bit. Let's get this casted back out. I've baited back up. Fish is off. I thought that was a codlin then, because it was banging, absolutely banging. The closer I got it in, the more it was knocking its head. So it was a fighter. Absolutely cracking bite. So that's the main thing, isn't it? Saw 2 bites, reeled it in, and yeah, pleased with that. So let me turn this head torch off. Turn that down. We'll give you a show of the fish. Pull them up. This is the problem, you see, when it gets winter, putting your hands in this water is rather cold. So there we have it. 1 flounder. Nice little fish, probably about 30 centimetres, just over. And it was bleeding badly. It's still bleeding a bit, but nothing like it was before I took the hook out. And it's been in the water. The blood does clot, and these fish are very hardy, but blood does clot. No different to ours. Right, you have to turn the torch because it's in a holder, so you have to turn it down. Yeah, this torch is good for around air fishing and cooping air as well. It's just me that likes to have a spot lamp that I can zoom in onto a spot so I can see further away, especially when you're fishing on your own on a bank, so you can see further down. But yeah, well, might as well get this bloody Ziplex in, haven't we? See what's on that, because I won't have any bait on it. And with this being the second session using this head torch, I'm getting more used to it. So this is the first cast. I haven't reeled this in because I've been busy on the other 2 rods. It's heavy. Oh, have I got my flipping line again? How on earth am I doing that? Oh, that's heavy. But that my sniper rod's going. The sniper rod's 10 yards out. I've got my sniper, haven't I? What have I got here? Well, I've caught a fish. I'm getting fed up with this tonight. I'm getting tangled up with everything. I'm tangling myself up. Jesus, wet. I might put a rod away. Right, well, here we have it. Small little whiting. There you go. We'll get it back. Jesus, bloody wet. Look at the state of that. Right. Put that there. What an absolute fuck up. Oh, mind me language. But I just don't understand what's that. I've never. What the heck's that round me for? Bloody lines round me. Fuck God Bennett. What the fuck's going on? You are fucking joking me. Right, I just don't understand what's happening there. I've never got in a pickle with these rods like this before, and the whole fucking session is fucking balls up. Talk about losing fishing time. God damn it. Right, well that little whiting happened to be caught on my sniper rod, because that's the first thing that come in. Now I chucked the sniper rod out. Let's not even talk about it. Let's not just go there. Let's get the Ziplex in. Yeah, I've got a fish on there and all. I've got two. Ha ha! Look at that. Double look up the flounder. Right, let's get them in the bucket. I thought it was heavy. I was saying it was heavy, didn't I? It bloody was heavy. Now I've got one rod out. Let's get these in the bucket and get the little one out. Don't know where I'm going to put it. But there, look at these. Two cracking fish. Straight in the bucket. They can have sex in there, can't they? Make some babies, eh? Right, let's get this out. It's been an absolute balls up. And there's only me to blame, isn't there? But then when you got a Norfolk flipping idiot, that's what you're going to get into. But what's that now? That's 2 flounder, 3, 4 flounder and a whiting. That's not a bad 10 minutes, is it? Even with all that kerfuffle. See you in a bit. You are? Yeah. Well, you got one? Yeah, that. Oh, well, that first one I caught, the second one I caught, was, I thought it was a codlin. It was banging its head. Unbelievable. Right. There you go. That's the first one. We'll get that put back. And there's another one, a little bit smaller, but happy to catch it. So that's 4 flounders and a whiting. So let's get that back. Well, that's gone back. Hopefully they'll be all right. The first one swam off, the second one went down. So I shall check that he's not a floater. And if he is, he is, isn't he? There's nothing you can do about it. But he's gone down in the water. He's not floating on the water, put it that way. Let's get this zip legs chucked out. And this time, let's try and bloody sort ourselves out, shall we? Because at the minute, I'm performing like a circus clown. Isn't I? Are you straight out or to the left, Wilky?
I'm to the left there.
So if I go straight out, I'll be all right, won't I? I can't believe I'm getting tangled up so much. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Probably just the tide. The tide is really weird because when it's supposed to go right to left, it isn't. It's going left to right. Right. I think I'm going to chuck my little rod literally just down at the side there. Both them lines are apart. I just don't understand why it caught the sniper rod, but right, she'll bring you back in a touch. Right, we're getting the third rod out again and I'm chucking it down to the left. I don't think it'll be in the way of Wilky. It'll be out of my way. It ain't going far either. That should be all right. Pray to God it didn't get tangled. Well, what a few minutes that was. That was like 10 minutes of disaster, then turning into joy because I caught 3 fish off 4 hooks. I'm pleased them little whiting are still there because there might be some cod about after them, but we won't know that until the ebb. Time is now 19:41. So it's coming up to high water now in a few minutes, and then we'll have the ebb to fish. I've got still all these worms, so got to use them up. I don't like putting them on the hooks. I know I've said it before, but they do look quite nice as far as a worm goes. You know, I'm not saying that you'd have one as a pet, but when they're in that water, which is their environment at the minute, they're perfectly all right. You know, they're happy as Larry. and their gills are out. They're a lovely red colour. Seems a shame. I've even got some worms in that paper mic because the worms are doing really well. I soaked them in water on Thursday after my last session, and there's still a load in there wiggling. Well, I'm picking all the ones that ain't wiggling out and putting them on my hook, and the ones that are wiggling will go back, because this is my last session before I go away on holiday. And I'm looking forward to the holiday. Don't know what fish I'll catch. Probably bream, whiting probably, bullass, but then you'd have to go on a rocky mark for that. Hopefully get a dogfish. I haven't had dogfish this year, so I could actually catch some dogfish down there. So that'd be good, catching them. I don't think they'll have any cod, but then I ain't got to worry about that, have I? Right, it's all 3 rods out, and they're all in different directions. So from now on, I went over to Wilky and said that they're all different places now. They won't get tangled. I reeled that Ziplex in and pulls my bloody sniper rod in. But now we're framing. We have got it sorted. But this is what fishing's like. Thursday I was fishing 3 rods, never had a problem. And I ain't had a problem in the past. You can go through my videos. But tonight, it's just been one of them bloody nights. So sorry if I've sworn. Tom ain't gonna bleep that out. It is what it is. If there's any little kiddies, it's not clever to swear, because if you swear, you won't get any presents off Santa. So don't repeat what I say, and then you'll get some presents. And remember, subscribe to this channel, because if you subscribe to this channel, you end up getting rid of a wookie person in this world. You change them straight into a normal person. That's got to be good, hasn't it? And I will just say, it's warmed up. In the last hour or half an hour, it's warmed up. Whether that's because I'm running around doing my rods, I don't know. I wouldn't say it's global boiling, but it's warmed up. So I've took my hat off. So I'll see you in a bit when I reel these in. Look at them. Yeah, it's high water now, isn't it? Right, I'm going to bring this in and check this rod out, because the line was slack. I've tightened it up and I've seen it tap a couple of times, but it's probably a flounder. It's heavy. Could be weed that up. Now it's gone light. That's heavy. I've got something on there. We got a whiting. Not a bad size. Sorry about blinding you. I thought he had something on there, I saw it. So let's get that off. Oh. Nicely hooked as well. It's always a bonus with a whiting. Yeah, well, I haven't had many whiting, but so you're not flying. But yeah, it's a good size. What's that, about 28, 29? Old John Spalton would like that when he in his match tonight, if he's getting any good. But yeah, one whiting. Let's get it back. You're up the right way. Don't swim along the shore. Sod off. Oh, you bugger. Right, just to recap on this head torch, when you put it on turbo mode, then it lights up out on the water. So all in all, it's better than I thought. And the more I've used it, the more I'm getting used to the button. And it's just because this is only the second time I've used it, but I'm now getting used to using it, and it's feeling all normal. You know, it's totally different to my Fenix. But if you can see here, probably scare all the fish away, but you know. So that's low, medium, high, double click. So you can see quite a way out there actually. So right, I'll get this baited up and get it sent out, because it's going to be codling time now. Now that we're on the ebb, them codling and cod are going to start coming in. There's small whiting out there, and hopefully they'll come after them. Don't know when the shrimp start. I was going to bring a shrimp net and chuck it out there with some fish in it and see if I could catch some shrimp, but it's just something else, isn't it? And I'll probably tangle my weights around that and my hooks, and I'll be bloody cursing and swearing, won't I? So we'll not do that. Right, let's shut up, enjoy the bloody quiet, and get baited up. That's what I say. Because it's now the golden period. From now on, these bloody worms are brilliant. I don't know why I'm killing them. Sounds stupid, doesn't it? But right. Oh yeah, bugger. Oh yeah, that ain't good. That's a big bugger, isn't it? We'll put it on. Sorry, mate. Perhaps if I apologise to each worm that I skewer this down, because it can't feel very nice, can it? It might make me feel better. Now tomorrow I'm going to be absolutely scuppered. My leg, hip, I'll just be knackered. I've got to go to the house tomorrow for 10 o'clock. Got to let the flea man in. The house that I'm working on is nearly, there's only a handful of fleas left in it. But he's going there tomorrow to spray. And then by the time I get back, I'll be in there ripping the kitchen out, smashing the bathroom out, telling the plumber to hurry up and help me out and get on with the kitchen, bathroom, and put me a toilet in downstairs. Right, let's get this casted out. Now then, I probably should cast out to the right. What's the matter with that? Is that round my line? Let's check the end of this line. Because no. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cast to the right. You can't see where I am, can you? Where am I going to cast this? Are you still to the left, Wilky?
Yeah.
I'll cast this straight out and then that should be alright. I can't be dealing with any more shite. Right, let's get this open. Bloody hell, I'm dazzled by lights. Oh, this ain't going out far because I ain't stable. Right, I think that went further than I wanted it to. Totally different part of the river now. That it's to the left. I've gone to the left because of the tide's going to be going out shortly, and I'm just hoping, of all hopes, that it don't get tangled up with the bloody Ziplex. Sniper rod is still out here to the left. I haven't seen anything on that, but I'll bring it in a bit. But that's all 3 rods out, still on flappers. So that's 4 flounder, 2 whiting. I have to keep saying it because otherwise I forget. So at least it's not a blank. I mean, the last 3 videos, the last 9 videos, I'd have loved to have a few flounders, wouldn't I? Never had them, did I? And there I am, because you want a cod, don't you? But if it was small whiting are here, there's a chance, isn't there? Because they're going to be here for want some sort of food, don't they? Last year I've had codlin and cod with shrimp and small little flatfish, and this year whiting. So let's hope we keep getting them. See you in a bit. Ziplex back out. Got 2 yellowtails on it. And this ain't going out very far at all, but obviously further than Sniper would. Well, could have gone a bit further than that, I suppose. There you go. Hopefully that'll tide run. Right, I'll let that settle. So it's slowed down a little. But it's been good, isn't it? It's only as good as your last fish, isn't it? End of the day. Always say that. If you don't catch, you're like, bloody hell. Oh. Oh. Been down talking to Wilky. Yeah, so bloody light's gone out on my torch and I ain't got any more batteries with me. Never mind. It is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. So, no more fish as of yet. I'm sure I might get some. I had a bite on that sniper rod. It's a pity that didn't come to anything. The fish obviously bit the bluey off, because I literally had it too long, really. Should have just put a little bit on the hook. But you learn, don't you? I just thought, with it hanging right off by about 2 inch, if a cod come along, it would have engulfed that and then got the hook caught in its mouth. That was the idea. Obviously that was a flounder, and it had a way with the bloody bluey. At least that's got a full belly in it, so that's probably enough. It'll probably grow another inch. I just wanted to try fish bait because I know a cheeky bloke in Norfolk who caught a cod on a bit of lugworm tipped off with mackerel. And these cod are in this river eating whiting, as we know. So I just figured I'd try a bit of bluey. And I had a good bite on it. It made the rod go bang, bang, bang. Because I didn't put the bait on the hook properly. I put it on for what I wanted, big fish, but obviously not for a smaller fish. And it had my bait away, so you got to decide what you want, really, ain't you? Do you want to keep catching flounder? I'm still fishing 2 rods that could catch flounder all the time. Now I cast that Vercelli rod out, and just for another red thump, it went. It was in the air a long while anyhow for another red thump for me. And it's whipped round. It's probably pointing nearly at 2 o'clock on the clock face, or even just past it. It's not moving anymore, so I'm leaving it there because I know there's a load of rough ground out there. So if there's anything swimming about out there, it's a high possibility in there that it could bite my worms. And I also know from the last 2 rods that I've reeled in, if not 3 rods, that the bait has still been on it intact. So that Vercelli rod that's right over at 2 o'clock theoretically should have the worms and bait still on it, so it's still fishing. We'll know for definite when I reel it in. Right, I'll bring you back. It's gone very quiet at the minute, but it's been a good session. It's been a really good session. 6 fish, that'll do me. Cod aren't in numbers yet, are they? There's still a chance of getting one. We're on the ebb. I'll fish it probably halfway down over the rocks and then start packing my rods away. Right, let's get this sniper rod in. I think I'm going to bring it in and put it away because the tide is going now. And I haven't had anything on it for a while, so start to relax a bit now. Just fish 2 rods, I reckon. Well, the bluey's come off a bottom hook again, so something's picked it off. Have I caught on that? I can't remember if I've caught on the sniper rod. Stick it in the comments if I have. I can't remember if I have or not. That ain't too bright, is it? But no. Session is coming to an end now. Well, I'm pleased I tried the bluey. I'm chuffed that I had a bite on it at least. So that's worth. Chuck that over there for the meisies. I'm sure there's still mice that live on there. Caught some bladderwrack. So yeah, sniper rods away. Stick in the comments if I've caught on it, because I seriously can't remember. So I've had a little tap on this right hand rod, but nothing since. So it's probably the weight moving again. It's feeling a little bit chilly now, but I'll put my hood back up. Let's get this away and put the rod away, reel away, and then we'll just fish these other 2 out. I've got 2 more worms for another cast, and I'll probably get 1 more cast. So next rod to come in will be the Vercelli. Now, see you in a bit. Right, let's get this Vasselli rod in, and then that'll be the last. Reel it in, chuck it out, and that'll be the last cast. Well, it feels heavy, but I think it might be on the ground, but it feels heavy. I don't think there's nothing on it though. Nah. Well, muddy as hell down there. Yeah, it felt heavy, but obviously towards the end it got heavy again. So first bit of heavy would have been dragging through the mud, and then I got it up, and then it would have been going through that seaweed, wouldn't it? So I'll bring you back in a minute. I shall just get this. I'm going to hold this out to the right of this Ziplex rod, because the Ziplex rod is held bottom. So I'm going to chuck this out to the right. Perhaps the tide has slowed down a bit now. I'm not going to chuck it far, but I'm going to chuck it further than the Ziplex rod. That'll probably run for bloody miles, won't it? Never mind. That's what we're here for, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's running right where it was before. Pain in the arse. Probably because I chucked it further than the Ziplex. Don't know why I did that, but there. I suppose it's searching out for bait over there and fish over there. But there, that's both rods out. That's it now. The lugworm that I've got left, I'm going to return and let it populate whatever it does, or some will eat it, won't it? But at least they can fill themselves up with salt water again, because they're still alive, moving around in the packet now. So I'm chuffed about that. Anyhow, I'll watch these two rods, chuck these out, and see you in a bit. Right, I'm going to reel this Ziplex rod in. It's dried up. We've had all the bites on the flood and to high water, and the ebb, which is normally on fire, has been quite quiet. So let's get this in. You might not see me in a bit because I've got to walk down there. Oh, we've got a bit of weed. Oh well. Bastards. Oh, you bugger. Well, nothing on that. Didn't think there was. Dragged through the weed. That was hard work. But I managed. I coped with it. Did you miss me while I was gone? I only went down to the water's edge, but I'm back now. So I'll put this on the rod rest. I shall put this rod away and keep an eye on my Vercelli, which at the moment is over there. Been a cracking night tonight. It got chilly and then it warmed up, and then it got chilly again and warmed up, and it's okay now. But could it be the fact that I'm just walking about and doing stuff? Well, probably not. I think it just depends on cloud cover and stuff. But you can see the stars. It's just been a nice day here. It's certainly been a good catching session. No monsters, but we've been catching fish, so that's all that matters, isn't it? Those cod will be here soon in numbers, and there's still a chance to catch one. Still a chance to catch one. Well, you got a bait in the water. At least I still had bait on this rig. Right, let me turn this off. I'll put these rigs away and fishing rod, and then I'll bring you back. Right, we've got a bite on here. We've got a fish. It's gone light now. Had a cracking bite on that, fannying around with the camera. Oh, you fucking arsehole. There's a bloody fish on that. I know there was. Fucking humongous bite. Where's all this bloody mud come from? I can't believe that. I had a huge bite on that. I had 2 cracks at it, 2 bites, if not 3. But I had to switch all my lights on. And I'm not blaming that, but sometimes filming can have a bit of an effect. But I definitely had a bite, but then there was nothing on the... If I had a bite like that, there'd be a fish on it, wouldn't there? So perhaps it was just moving in the tide, I don't know, but it hadn't moved from where I'd put it. So I've cast it out again because both worms were still on it. Which then sort of like points to the fact that there weren't a fish on it. Could have been a mattress, couldn't it, I suppose? Well, a bit of excitement, wasn't it? I thought, Jesus Christ, I've done it again. Last cast. And the thing is, when I know the weight sometimes showing up, but when I pulled that in and I got to near the snaggy bit of crap, there looked to be something on it. But obviously there weren't. So I don't know. That's what it is, isn't it? Whatever was on that there, it was certainly more silver than the lead weight. But then I can't see how there was a fish on it because the worm was still left on it. So at the end of the day, nothing ended up on the bank, did it? So we've had a good session. I've just chucked that out for 5 minutes just to see what happens. And we'll see, won't we? Oh. But put this rod away, watch this for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and carry on fishing. See you in a bit. Let's hope that starts banging away. Right, well, I'm going to reel this in because I'm knackered. And if we'd have caught a cod, we'd have caught it for now. So I'll put this light on full so you can see this is on turbo mode and it'll stay on that. It don't shut down. It might shut down after 2 or 3 minutes, but it don't normally shut down. What am I trying to say here? I'm going to reel this rod in, that's what I'm going to do. Take 2, bloody battery run out on 30%. That'll get worse come winter time. I bought 2 new batteries, I just don't know which ones they are. Right, so this is on turbo mode. Got a bit of seaweed on that. Good job with that fish on there. flounder. I didn't. That's weird, isn't it? How they don't. Sometimes they go and sometimes they don't. Oh dear. Well, you know, I said to you when that little flounder went straight down. Well, he was down there on the stones. God knows why that one didn't make it, because that was lip hooked. The bigger one, the hook was right down. I had to push it down, pull it with the things while I pushed the hook. It was well in, because flounder's got quite a bony head. So if the hook gets lodged in there, you're pulling it out of bone and stuff. So, but yeah, the little flounder, I don't know why that didn't make it. But you do find, or I have found, especially last year, that you can catch a flounder, unhook it from the mouth, same as cod, you know, and you chuck it back, and then when the tide goes out, it's still laid on the floor. It's a pity, it's a shame, because it was only a young fish. Well, I don't know how quick they grow, but it must have been 7 inch, 6, 7 inch. But these things happen, don't they? Only way to stop that is not to fish. Well, let's turn that down. Let's check this filament. Yeah, great one. Right, let's clean the lens. Don't leave this in, Tom, for please. I say that and then Tom leaves it in. Finds it funny. Right. Well, let's have a quick recap of the session, shall we? I'm sure I'm in shot. So yeah, let's have a... I must be in shot. Am I in shot? Got to be in shot. So, we're on the River Humber, and I caught a flounder. Well, there was nothing going on really. Wilky caught a whiting, nice sized whiting, and a little bit later I caught a flounder. Then I caught another flounder. Then I caught a small tiny whiting. And then I reeled in my other rod, which I got all tangled up in a fuddle, and had 2 more flounder on it. And then I caught another whiting. So I've had 4 flounders and 2 whiting. So it's been a good session really. At least I caught some fish. We haven't had that cod, but you never know next time. The next fishing trip for me will be, the next video you see will be me down in Devon. Now, if everything goes alright and I can find somewhere to fish, I shall be fishing down Devon. Well, I will be fishing down there. So there'll be a video, definitely 2 videos of me down in Devon. And then we'll be back here, because by the time I get back here, I'll be working on the house, but still getting in some fishing sessions there. And by then, the cod should be in numbers and not just the sporadic monsters that you can catch. So yeah, it's one of them sessions. The problem is, if you catch all the fish up to high water, and up to high water, then on the ebb you don't catch anything. You think, bloody hell, it's been a rubbish session. But it hasn't been a rubbish session. I've had 6 fish, so I'm happy with that, especially after the blanks that I've had. So yeah, next time you see me, will be on the beach in Devon. The Army Tech Wizard C2 2 Pro Max is a good torch. It's still going now. The battery lasts for quite a long time, and I've had it on turbo mode for quite a while, and on the high settings. So check it out if you want one. Just put in Gooter Army Tech's site and put in Verns Sea Fish and you get 15% off. Yeah, it's been a nice session. I thought it was going to get cold, but it started to, but then it warmed up. So it's been a nice night. I've been in the hoodie all night and I've enjoyed myself. I've met Wilky. He helped me untangle my line. But Wilky's had a flounder and a whiting, and it's all been good. There's 4 of us on this river at the minute. I don't know what the lads have done down there. I'll probably find out later on. But I'll see you in Devon in the next week's video, which is after this one, which I ain't filmed yet, but I will be. So yeah, I'll see you on a beach or Bricks and Pear. I'm gonna fish that. So see you then, and I'll see you anon. Have you enjoyed it, Wilky?
Yeah, like I say, it's better than sacking out, isn't it?
Yeah. And unless your missus is in some lacy underwear. Oh, I think I can remember them days. Make sure you come back, won't you? Right, so that's Wilky, and I'll see you anon. It's been bloody marvellous. Fucking balls up.